How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Brick Science. My name is Riley, and today we're going to build a Lego Iron Man faceplate. And you may be saying, what, Riley? Person I just met a couple seconds ago. It's literally right behind you. Well, oh no, now it's broken. We have to build it again. All right, so the first step is to build essentially a base. What I did when I designed this is I took a piece of paper. Imagine, I take a piece of paper, I draw out the shape, I then divide it into smaller shapes, and then I take the smaller shapes and I figure out ways to build them in Lego. So essentially this faceplate is made up of hinged plates, and so we can get the nice curve of the faceplate as seen right here. That's actually kind of nice to have that right there, so it kind of, yeah. So essentially how everything works is that it's just, we start with the plate layer, which is in itself just a plate. In this case, the plate is a 4x4. And then we go up to the connector layer. So this will divide, like if we need it to be a little bit bigger so it covers more space, we'll put some jumper plates on there and see how that works. So in this case, these hinges are nice because they'll connect everything together in the back and still give you enough room for the front to look really nice. So it's like about this thick in the end. And then sometimes on this, you have those really weird connections, but those were kind of necessary to make all the angles work. So like this one right here, you hinge it all funky, and you can kind of see the shape coming together. It's really cool because it looks like the technology underneath the helmet. But you can kind of see the shape coming together. Like this will go right here, like that. And it's just kind of cool to look at that like underneath. But that goes there, and then next step is, and now you can see we've created a shape right there. So it's essentially negatives and positives. So now we have a negative space right here we have to fill that will still keep that curve there because everything's curved. So now what we want to fill that with is, I believe, a 1x4 plate, little piece like this. And this is so satisfying when it comes together because you can see how this thing is shaped, and you can just see how satisfyingly that comes together. So now we can take a couple of these pieces and then, whoops, and it will fall apart sometimes. That's just how it is. And then we take these slopes. Watch this, guys. This is really satisfying right here. And look at that. Now, just like that, we have the bottom part. It actually looks pretty smooth. So now we just want to continue this until we get the bottom part formed, and we can actually see what we're working with here. Whoops. Satisfying. Oh gosh, that's cool. Okay, so now that's like that. We'll grab two more jumpers and put them up here. The reason we use so many jumper plates in this thing is jumper plates actually close the gap, because if we had this just flush with the stud and we didn't put these jumpers under here, this gap would not be closed and we wouldn't get the right angle right there. You can see how it's curved just perfectly. This is a technique I've kind of developed called polytexture. It's actually based on Nick Brick. He actually started using it for some helmets, and I might have taken it too far and just like used it for everything. But I mean, it looks good. Like, look at that. Now you can see this piece down here we're developing, and that looks nice. Who designed this thing? 11 minutes, we're making good progress. So when I actually designed this for the first time, I had to figure out every angle that was gonna go in it. Not like down to like, I was looking at the angles and I was like, oh, I need a 45-degree right here. But I just needed to figure out like what pieces would go where to create the angles. Because if you look at the actual faceplate from Marvel, you can see there's a bunch of different pieces that go into making it. And so like, it was difficult. I remember it was just really difficult. That's why it took 2 years, was because I just kept giving up. I was just like, oh, I can't get the shape right. And it literally looked like trash so many times. One day I finally took it back up and I was just like, okay, I gotta finish this. I gotta do something with this. So I finally did. What the heck? Oh. I finally did, and then here I am making it on my YouTube show, which is a little weird, to be honest. That goes right there. And now we have the bottom portion that will go right here. And as you can see, it goes right there and fits, actually interlocks kind of with this helmet, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now I literally have instructions right there, and I'm still confused. This is like a level 10 build, guys. If this were a puzzle, this would be like level 200. Did I just say level 10 and then go to 200? That goes on there, and then there's a little 1x3 tile that goes right there. Now I actually changed this later for the actual set piece because I thought it looked better the other way, but it just wasn't smooth enough before, so we made it smooth later. Yeah, so here's where it kind of splits off towards the top. You have these weird antennas. You can see this thing coming together already. But now you have these pieces that come out like this, and then we start attaching pieces to that. And this is really where sturdifying, because that's a word, comes into place. We actually put pieces back here to lock everything together. I'm using these little round pieces because they're helpful for that. It's just amazing. Whoops. Look at how dumb this thing looks right now. Like, it has to come such a long way before it actually becomes something. Now it's just like kind of weird. And like you can kind of see where the eyes would be, but just like. All right, look at that. It's really coming together. Really coming together. Look at that, guys. Ow, that poked me. And then on the sides here, we actually take a couple of these. We bend this out. This is how we create that dynamic shape of the kind of the curved piece that comes in on the side. And then now you can see it just kind of goes over like that. And this will all come together a little better, kind of creating that nice shape on the side there. That makes it look pretty good, I'd say. All right, so these are those weird pieces that stick out underneath the jawline, so we make 2 of those. And what's nice about these, we actually use these holes in the studs to our advantage, and that's how we go in between the studs. Instead of using a jumper plate, since we didn't have room for that, we take this piece, this curves in like this. These get attached at the most awkward angle ever. Like, look at that from the front. Like, from the front, that looks so smooth. Now at this point the model's pretty flimsy, and it kind of stays like that until you attach it to the helmet. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, it doesn't matter. We're literally so close. Look at that, guys, there we go. We just need a few more pieces here, but as you can see, these fit. I mean, we're missing that chunk right there. Okay, so we're missing a few pieces here and here, but there you go. That's done. I'm stopping the clock. 1 hour. All right, so if we take this out, here you can see we have a Lego Iron Man faceplate. I'm gonna do one more thing, because I forgot to. But there's this trick where you can lock everything together in the back. Yeah, something like that. So a few pieces in the back I'm gonna add just to make this thing work. Because it is kind of flimsy on its own. So we add a few pieces here and there, and it helps. All right, so some small modifications in the back here. As you can see, we added 2 1x4s right there, 2 1x2s right there and there, and then we added these pieces right here and 2 little 1x2s in there, so it would stay together. But there you go. I'm just gonna add these 2 last pieces that I forgot again. But there you go, guys. That is how you build a Lego Iron Man faceplate. Moment of truth. Here's how it works. Just like that. You can see through it. It's pretty cool. And as you can see, it fits perfectly on the Iron Man helmet. It fits pretty good on the Iron Man helmet, and then this piece right here is actually supposed to be a little smaller. I think I built that one wrong. But this one connects up top here and then makes the whole thing come together as an official Iron Man helmet. So that's how I built that. Make sure you stick around for part 2 of this series, because I'm actually going to build the rest of the helmet, and then we're going to modify it with some pneumatics to actually make it open. I'm super excited for that. That has been a long time in the making. This is like the 4th year I've had this thing built. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you click this next video that's going to be popping up. That will be how to build a Lego helmet, so you can get more information on that, because it's pretty cool techniques. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Riley, and I'll talk to you guys in the next Brick Science. See you then.